is the CS.2A, the newest model in Maven's acclaimed C-Series spotting scopes, and it has both the highest magnification and largest objective lens of all of Maven's bougie spotting scopes. What does that mean? Well, we're going to take a look on this episode of Moondog Reviews. Maven is known for their egg crate eco packaging, but this new scope comes in a more conventional box. Well, that's it for the unboxing. Let me just show you the contents of the box. This is the Maven CS.2A. It is a 26-66 power spotting scope with an 85mm objective lens. It is approximately 16 inches long and about 6 inches tall, and it is completely covered with Maven's gray polymer armor on the body, and comes with both front and rear lens covers. The rear one's a little bit lightweight, and the front is a little more substantial with ribbing construction on the inside to reinforce it, but does not come with a loop or lanyard to retain it, so I wouldn't quite call these field-ready lens caps. Overall, looks quite nice and stylish like all of Maven's scopes. It has a tripod adapter ring that turns full 180, and as you can hear, indexes, which is nice because then you can easily tell when it is back to the vertical. It has a standard 1/4 inch tripod socket screw or photo screw hole here, and it also is Arca Swiss compatible with that foot. Also notice that it is says that it's built in China, which and I'm a little surprised because this looks just as nice as Maven's Japanese built scopes, which are in their more premium line, but this is still quite a premium looking scope in terms of construction and overall look. Now, our focus ring turns smoothly, quite smooth, and is a nice wide diameter, so for both fast focusing as well as give you fine motor controls to do some fine focusing. And our power ring on the eyepiece, even smoother, I would say. Comes with a built-in eye cup that screws out into position, and is a nice wide diameter eyepiece there. So overall, it looks as good as Maven's other scopes that they build, and it is quite a premium build in terms of their optics. But let's take a look through the glass next and take it out for a field test. Before we get started with the test, I'd just like to take a quick break here to talk about this episode's sponsor, Aura. For the cost of just a VPN, I'm getting a whole suite of security services, including $1 million in identity theft insurance, and they're even removing me from those damn data broker listings. Use my link, aura.com/moondog, and you can try them for 14 days, free. And if you use that link, you're helping to support this channel. You know, identity fraud is a real thing, and with AI, it's all too easy to spoof your identity. That's why you should try out Aura. All right, let's get back to the tests. We're looking through the Maven CS.2A at the peak of Mount Davidson, approximately 1,400 yards away, and we have the scope set at its lowest power of 26 for our best overall image through the glass in terms of color, contrast, sharpness, clarity. It's a little bit of a hazy day today here in Northern California, probably from wildfires elsewhere in California. So if you're seeing a little bit of a brownish tint overall, it does exist in the real world because of the air conditions right now. And it is about midday, so we're getting a little bit of heat shimmer, some mirage. I should note that with my naked eye, it is a very crisp, sharp image from center to the outer edge. You might notice a little bit of softening around the outer edge, but that's the camera and the mount alignment, and not so much something that you'd see with your naked eye. Also note that where the trees are meeting the sky and the silhouette of, like at the top right of our image, there's really no noticeable chromatic aberration, even all the way to the outer edge. Now, as we bring up our magnification, we're just going to bring up all the faults in the glass. And I should also note that we can easily see the trail marker sign at the center of our scope image there. That is the white object peeking up above the bushes. That's about a 8-foot tall pole with a 3-foot steel-ish steel sign atop of it. So that's a good proxy for an IPSC target at this distance. And as we bring up our magnification, I'm going to bring it up to about halfway. This is about halfway, and there's no real number setting on the eyepiece here. But overall image is still nice and sharp. And as we bring it up all the way to its maximum, we're going to lose a little bit of light usually, and we do. But still, the image is nice and clear. I'm just going to double check our focus, make sure that it is as sharp as we can get it. And there we go. We could see two surveyors or hikers up at the top of the hill there. And let me just pan this over to the edge of the tree line. And again, even with the dark shadows of the tree trunks and the branches silhouetted against the sky, I see really no chromatic aberration. We are seeing heat mirage, but otherwise the image is nice and clear. We are looking at our reference target board downrange at 100 yards with the scope set at its lowest power of 26, but we're still seeing a lot of fine detail even at its lowest power. I can see two tiny 22 caliber holes on the reactive below the reactive sticker target on the bottom left, and you can see the texture of the bullet splashes on the shadowed backstop behind our reference target. And the target itself is in a shaded cove, so this is a good proxy for overcast conditions. Now, there is visible chromatic aberration at the edge of the target frame on either side of our target board, but overall the image is pretty sharp. And as we bring up our magnification to its maximum, and I'll bring this up to 66, and we'll wait for the scope to settle down here, and we'll see if we can adjust the focus just a tad. But wow, okay, we're seeing a lot of fine details, like the fine grid lines on the diamond target on the top right. And in the color card on the top left, good color rendition. You can even make out individual gray squares on the grayscales on either side of the color ring. And if you look at our resolution chart on the bottom right, I can make out both horizontal and vertical lines down to element 6 in group 0, and with my naked eye all the way down to element 1 in group 1. I want to thank Maven for sending out the CS.2A for me to test, and it is an impressive scope for discerning sportsmen who can afford it. It appears to be even more ruggedly built than their excellent S-series scopes while retaining its clear ED glass. And in its performance and appearance, it is certainly a premium scope. And if you're interested in picking one up yourself, you can find product links in my full write-up at moondogindustries.com. You'll find a link to that article in this video's description. And don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. God bless. Moondog, out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.